What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new Civilization 5 AI only battle. I hope you're excited. We are on deity difficulty. If you've probably seen the mini map and the title already, it's a map of very small area, probably the smallest region we've done, British Isles essentially, and also some bits to the side. We'll go over all the civs in a second. We are on deity. It is domination only, the usual stuff, aggressive, expansive AI. The one thing that is different is that everyone has had their second settler deleted, because for some reason now, more often than not, if I move a civ from its spawn point, the second settler won't work. I don't know why, and that they have those slow starts that we're really used to Indonesia doing. I don't know why it happens, it just does. And while we're here, there's actually one more change I forgot to make, but you know, we're very professional here. I gave these guys some extra technologies, but I've since changed my mind. So there we go. This is the Isles. They were sort of cut off, so I gave them some extra tech like we normally do to Indonesia, but I thought it's easier just to put a land tile here. So we did that instead, so they can play their part. But yes, so who have we got? We've got Tyrone, we've got Ireland, who were one of the civs that weren't working, so hopefully they're all working now. We're a few turns in. They've moved units around, so I'm going to take that as a good sign. Who we got? We got Cornwall, the Britons, I think these guys are called. Apparently they spawn here. I looked at a map, it said they were around here. Wales here. Here we have Mercia. I don't know how that's actually pronounced, but I think it's Mercia. We've got Great Britain with Winston Churchill up here just to fill the space. We have a New England. I didn't know their capital was going to be York. Obviously they would have spawned in London, I presume, if England wasn't already here. So they're just to make things interesting. I believe they're led by Henry VIII. Yep, so there we go. So we have another England. We'll come up with a way. We've got Elizabeth's England and Henry's England. That's probably the easy way to differentiate them. Lancaster, Scotland, the Celts. It's not the most balanced map in terms of placement, but we tried. The last game showed that not too many civs can work. And we have the Isles, or the Hebrides as they're called here. We'll probably call them the Isles. But whatever. We then have Norway up here on this small area of land. I don't know how their scout made it so far so quickly. As you see, they actually still... I need to kill that settler. Okay. Actually, did they build that? See, I feel bad. Did they? I'm pretty sure I killed their first one and they've built that. And they just built that first. See, now there's no way of knowing. Because they're on their own, I don't feel so bad. And look, I found this button, guys. Look at this. I can teleport units. All those times I've been killing stuff, we can delete units, promote them, all with this button. Who would have thought, right? So easy to do. But there we go. Norwegian settler. We'll delete it. The fact that Oslo's on 3 suggests to me they hadn't built it, and I just missed them out when I deleted Denmark's and not theirs. So that's fine. And there we go. We'll get into it. I don't think anyone got a Pantheon yet. No. Okay, so nothing has happened this early in the game. Oh, and then there's Brittany down here to the south, if I didn't mention them. But those are all the civs. Obviously, leave your pick at the end of this episode. Some good news for you. You can expect to see an episode every day this week. Probably, I'm 95% sure. So there's going to be a lot of action. We might, I don't want to guarantee anything. We might be moving to just sort of an AI only channel. I don't know. The Let's Plays, they've never done as well, and I think, I don't know, maybe we're just going to try and just do AI onlys and see how that goes for a while. But yeah, Brittany has got the first Pantheon, and they have gone with Goddess of Festivals, +1 culture and +1 faith for wine and incense. I mean, they have 1 wine, so there you go. Not the most strategic choice, but there we go. They were another civ that just wouldn't work. Like, they weren't doing anything. Like, the settler was obviously broken, but none of the units were moving either. So it looks like they're actually doing stuff. It looks like Britain's doing stuff. So yeah, maybe just getting rid of the second settlers is the way to go. I tried a number of things, giving them additional settlers, respawning them, giving them a support unit to walk around with. It just didn't work. But here we are. Biggest militaries already after 25 turns. Great Britain and Cornwall leading the way. I already do see some second settlers, though, that have been produced. Wales have built theirs, and England already heading west with their first settler. The Britons also have their first settler here on the south coast. Nothing yet from Cornwall. They were another one. Just weren't doing anything, and I don't actually know. They've got an extra warrior, so they've obviously built one and lost a... Wait, what the heck? They may have... Okay, they may have been screwed... I don't know. Well, not screwed over. It's very hard moving a lot of civs around. They may have an extra... I'm very lost. They should have 3 warriors and 2 workers, and I think they are broken and doing nothing. But There we go. Some civs just, I wouldn't pick them. I mean, Truro is at 8, which, okay, no, they are moving around. Either way, we'll leave them to do what they want. I mean, if they still don't want to cooperate, it looks like the rest of the civs are doing stuff, so I'm not going to get too concerned. Ireland, maybe not, although... Where did Cornwall's scout go? It must have just walked really far away. Oh, yeah, it's up here. Okay, so that is doing something at least. Tyrone with a second city. Scotland have also grabbed Glasgow, moving inland here. Nothing yet from these guys, although they did work before, so I don't think they're broken. I don't know where their scout is. That's always a good sign. If their scout... Yeah, their scout is in the water somehow already. Fair enough. I don't know if the AI can actually see the map changes. I don't know how it works, to be honest. But sometimes it seems to not be great messing with stuff. And the game is obviously getting older and older every time we play it. The mods as well, maybe having some issues. But here we go. We got our first wonder with the Great Library completed by Lancaster. So we're getting extra technology. The Mercians settled another city up here to the north. Another city for Henry's England. So here's Nottingham from England, Elizabeth's England, and yeah, the Britons also grabbed a second city. Denmark as well, so maybe we'll have some Vikings come across the North Sea. I couldn't tell. I think this is supposed to be Denmark. The map is shaped really weirdly, so it's hard to tell. I don't know if it is. It might be. If it was part of the Netherlands, it should have been more like down here and not as aggressive. And then this is the entrance to Scandinavia, so I think this is just Denmark shifted to the west a little bit. But it was hard to tell. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. It would be pretty cool if we could have some Vikings and stuff like that. Brittany here with their own stuff. I mean, at least Cornwall's got 9 pop. They're doing something. That Welsh settler is heading into this area. And there we go. Swansea settled right between the Mercian cities. I'm sure they will love that. Okay, Ireland actually built a settler and settled. So there we go. We fixed some of them. Maybe Cornwall isn't going to work. But the rest of them seem to have at least gotten a bit of a kick. Although that said, these guys have now broken. So I can't win, can I? Cannot win. We're trying our best. Norway did get another settler all the way up here. Good job. The Celts are not doing anything either. They have built this settler, so I'm hoping that's going to head off somewhere. Oh, yeah, no, they'll go and fight. Someone just got Stonehenge, and I completely missed it. It's Scotland, though. Good spot. There we go. Found it nice and easy. So they'll probably get a religion. I think we've had all the pantheons now. Okay, it's not... Okay, here we go. Pantheon. Scotland, get culture from pastures. Cornwall gain faith if they win a battle within 4 tiles of their city. The Bretons, which is not Brittany. I don't think. It might be Brittany. It's hard to tell. There's them and the Britons. I think they would be Britons, so maybe it is Brittany. Oh yeah, no, we saw this as Brittany. Celtics? The Celts with 30% increase in range combat strength and food from camps for the Mercians, who are this green sort of country here. A lot of green. Wales, Mercians, this New England, Ireland, the Celts, even these guys, they're not really... I guess it's kind of dark greeny blue. The Danes now have a 3rd city already. Fast start. Imagine if Denmark won. That would be hilarious. Another one, Goddess of Love for the Isles. 1 happiness from cities with 6 population. There you go. So they gain 1 happiness. And they have got a settler finally starting to move by the look of it. Some good news. Tyrone now with a 3rd settler. It's important, hopefully we get 2 good civs in Ireland. I'm a bit concerned. Obviously that's an area we could have a runaway winner. But, you know, England's so much bigger. There's at least some hope there. And I did run a test to like turn 150. And obviously that had the broken civs in. So it didn't really help too much. But no one really was like dominating. You know, even I think Tyrone killed Ireland. Because obviously Ireland wasn't working. They sort of still didn't have any of this stuff. So we'll see what happens. But there we go. The Celts do grab their 2nd city. Nantes. And it's actually a little canal to this lake, which is pretty interesting. See how that works out for them. World's most hammers. I think this is an average. And then it gets messed up. Because if you have 1 city, you have more. So not an average. Well, no, it is an average. But obviously, if you have more cities, you're going to have less in the big one. So it lowers... It doesn't make sense, right? It's not a real average. If that makes any sense at all, I don't know. Because you lose stuff when you build this. I don't know, actually. I'm confused. I've confused myself now. But either way, Brittany leads the way with that one. Britons and Wales. Oh, and we have our first war. The Britons. Oh, and Lancaster got another city moving up north. The Britons, with their 3 cities, declaring war on England. So London, Nottingham, these cities. And they will be joined by the Welsh. So yeah, Nottingham should probably fall here pretty easily, and hopefully London will stay up, although it'd be pretty cool if it was to drop to somebody else early on, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure Nottingham's going to drop. Wales looks fairly strong here, actually. A lot of archers there, which is very concerning for England. Great Britain has actually settled some things. That's great, because they didn't work before, so again, they've grabbed Leeds and Manchester here, moving towards the northeast Midlands. Not really. Where? Hang on, I'm trying to work things out. The East Midlands is like here, right? So I don't know what this is. It's like Lincolnshire. I should know. I live in the UK, but there we go. I have no like knowledge of anything, any real geography. No, I do, just not that specific. I don't know about this area too much, which is weird because I'm sort of in that area, not exactly, but where I live is on the screen now. There you go. That's all you need to know. Statue of Zeus for Scotland. There we go. And the Isles did grab another settler. Not many units, but their capital's pretty big, so there we go. A lot of wonders for Scotland early on, so that's quite interesting. Oh wow, the Celts just grabbed 2 new cities with some very random names. I guess the other civs are stealing their names from the list. But there we go, a 3rd city for Tyrone. Ireland does have a settler though, so there's hope for them. Religion. Scotland has founded Protestantism in the city of Edinburgh. Brittany has founded Catholicism. Okay, we'll look at these in a second once all of them are done at the end of this episode. Nottingham did fall to Wales. That was pretty easy. Cornwall still not doing too much, but they have spammed out a few units, so there is some hope. They're not just... Oh god. Hopefully they don't let this just settle and steal all their land. That would suck. Greenwich and Hampton added by Henry's England, so he's going to have all of East Anglia basically, which is a cool little civ there. Maybe even if maybe he'll take London and then it will just be England. Mercia has founded Buddhism. Okay, so we're getting our religions. Good. Norway added a 3rd city and is already in the shallow water. They won't be able to get to Denmark for a while and vice versa. But there we go. Brittany has a lot of space to themselves, but sadly their settlers proceed. Oh no, that one's going to settle, but I don't know if this one's doing anything. Yep, there we go, they settled, so there is hope. They built that other one too, so hopefully they do something with that. And yes, there we go, Henry VIII declares war on his own daughter, right? Elizabeth? Is that's his daughter that he didn't want, but he got one in the end, or some order. Scotland with another wonder, grabbing the Temple of Artemis. They have taken the role of Mao's China, always getting the wonders in this game. And there we go. Yes, Henry VIII should be able to pretty much wipe England out. That's a good start for the vanilla civs, England and the Celts. I mean, the Celts not so, and Denmark as well are a vanilla civ, but the rest are all mods. But yeah, not the best of starts for original England. Not what you want to see. Lancaster is already pushing up into sort of Scottish territory with Accrington here, and Leicester has been settled by Mercia, very far away. They've got some. They're spread all over the place. Right, terracotta army for the. Who is that? That is no. Who is this? It's like a French flag. Oh, that is Tyrone. Okay, well that's not good for Ireland, who just got Belfast, their 3rd city. But yeah, these guys just got a free copy of every unit, which is terrifying. England has. Or Henry's England has also declared war on the Britons, but then who? Oh, Cornwall. Let's go, Cornwall. They should grab this. So there we go. Cornwall is going to do some stuff. There is hope, and they should easily grab this city, and maybe they can get something going. I mean, especially if they get help from that other England. Right, there we go. Original England is dead. London falls, so Henry's England is looking quite good now, and Great Britain has declared war on Mercia, which obviously has some. They border each other all over the place. We'll see how this goes, but it looks like they're going to go straight for the capital, Tamworth. So we'll see. That could be pretty big. Right, it's Brittany. They're not doing anything with this settler, but I'm going to let them off. That is probably the broken one again. They've just rebuilt it and it's broken. But at least they settled over here. There is some positives to all this. As we hit turn 75, what we'll do today is we'll go to turn 100. We'll look at the info addicts, and then we can all make our picks because it's running pretty quickly. It's not a big map or anything. It's actually a standard civ map. It's smaller than probably a lot of regular. It's vertical, but if you tipped it sideways, like it's probably the sort of similar size to a large maybe civ map. But there we go. Cornwall did grab a city early on, which is great to see. Hopefully they don't lose their capital now as a result of that. There's still a lot of Wales available for settling, should they build a settler. And as we can see, Britain going to dish out a pretty rough start to Mercia, as they will lose their capital. So Great Britain will start to emerge here. And, oh, yep, we have the war for Ireland. And, yeah, Ireland has nothing. This is going to be rough, painful to watch. They have a few units. I mean, if you use them really smart, I bet some of you guys could probably hold this off. But, yeah, I'm a bit concerned here. Another capital drops. Mercia dies to Britain already. Scotland with the Parthenon, they are not stopping with the wonders as Britain pieces out with Mercia. So they have hope to survive. But, yeah, Britain grabbing a capital. That's what you like to see. Yeah, oh, some more wars now against Mercia. That is Lancaster, who, yeah, should get Leicester pretty easily. And this England joins in, not that they will take anything. And they haven't really attacked the Britons anymore, but they themselves may end up grabbing Truro here. Brittany has grabbed the Great Lighthouse. There is a lot going on. Brittany with the Great Lighthouse, which will help them in the water. Maybe crossing the Channel one day. What else have we got? Wales declares war on Great Britain. So, okay, that's pretty big. And then this England as well. These guys are not stopping with the wars. And I'm guessing Ireland is very close to losing Dublin. Yeah, I mean, they're going to struggle here. I'm pretty sure Tyrone has got themselves a nice free run at Ireland, I'm afraid. But there we go. They tried. They tried. I want to do like a Hunger Games, not themed, but, you know, an AI game where you can bail them out. Like each episode, if there was a time frame where I could record once a day or whatever, each day you could like vote who gets the care package, and I'll just give someone a ton of units or some free technologies. That could be quite interesting sort of concept. The Isles grabbed a third city. And Cornwall, oh, okay, well, that was short-lived. They were doing so well, but the Britons taken them. A lot of capitals falling already. I mean, by turn 87. A lot of picks maybe going. I think we're going to have a lot of strong civs emerging pretty early. Dublin holds. Come on, you can get the peace deal. No, they lost it, and now they're dead because they don't have any other units. So they're in big trouble. Tamworth, yeah, Wales actually took that city off of Britain. So there we go. Wales may be emerging as an interesting contender here. Imagine if they might keep going for Birmingham as well. And with this England's help, who knows? Leicester fell to Lancaster. So yeah, not looking good for Mercia. Anyone else? The Celts now look like they're about to attack Scotland, maybe. Yes. It looks like that way, doesn't it? A lot of wars very early. Norway got a fourth settler. Five cities now for Norway. So maybe Norway could still play some role later in the game. As could the Danes. Although you'd be very brave to pick one of those. I think there's a few bigger civs around right now. Britons, this England, Wales looking really good. I guess any of the northern ones. Scotland got a lot of wonders. The Celts could do well. And obviously Tyrone's going to do pretty well. Who is this? Britons have peaced out with England. There we go. That's the end of that one. Looks like Birmingham will stay with Britain for now. They've just about done enough to hold on to it. So there we go. Scotland completes the Oracle. There we go. Free social policy. And another one. I mean, they don't look great, right? I think the Celts would absolutely wipe the floor with them. But that's not broken. Okay, Cornwall. You sure about that? Sure you want to be declaring wars on Lancaster right now? Is that what you really want to be doing? I don't think so. They are about to be the first civ completely eliminated. Scotland has now attacked Lancaster. And again, no units. Not sure what Scotland's plan is. The Celts versus the Isles. And then we have Britain versus Lancaster. And again, you have no units either. Why is everyone just declaring war on each other with no units? This is ridiculous. But there we go. Who is going to become the true Britain? That's what we're looking for here. But here we go. Biggest sticks. Currently Denmark actually has the biggest military. Then the Celts. Then Norway. So the Vikings could cause a problem one day. Then it is the Britons. And then Henry VIII's England, apparently. I didn't think they were doing that well. But okay, right. We'll have a look at the info addicts and then we'll make the picks. Here's the score. That is Scotland. Obviously, wonders count for quite a bit of score. I was going to say, who on earth is yellow and doing that good? A lot of green, as mentioned, and some strugglers. Cornwall, Ireland, Mercia as well. The other England's red line stopped down here. Here we go. World Fact Book. Let's have a look. Population. Already quite a lot of millions there. But we'll go over the top fives, I think. There's not that many civs. I think there's about 18. Or was 18. Cornwall is dead already. Was it? How many was it? Yeah, there was... Oh, no, there was 16, right? Because I'm America. So, yeah, there was 16. And England and Cornwall are now officially sort of dead. But there we go. The Britons with the biggest population. Then it is England, Great Britain, Tyrone, and then Wales. Crop yield, England leads the way, which makes sense. East Anglia, a lot of farming. Britain's in second. Tyrone, the Celts, and then Great Britain. That's going to get very confusing. I'll call these guys Great Britain every time. Production, Tyrone leads England and the Britons. Then it's the Celts and then Norway. Biggest economy, England, then the Britons, Wales, Tyrone, and the Celts. Most land, Wales, then the Britons, England, Tyrone, and Norway. Military manpower, Denmark, we just saw led the way, then the Celts, Norway, the Britons, and England. Social policies, Great Britain and Wales. Scotland only in 5th despite getting the Oracle. England and Britain's also filling out the top 5. Happiness. Anyone negative yet? Yep, England. Great. Technologies. Here we go. We'll start from the bottom here. Norway's at 17, so they've fallen quite far behind. I don't really know how. They have enough cities to be doing okay. Scotland 18. Mercia 19, although they're struggling. Brittany 19 as well as Tyrone. Wales at 19. Ireland's actually well ahead of Tyrone. I don't think that will save them, but something worth noting Tyrone's not doing too well on. Cornwall 20, although they're dead. The Isles, Lancaster at 21. The Celts, Ireland at 22. The Britons, England and Great Britain all with 23. Cities, the Britons and Norway and England lead the way with 5. And then a few 4s. Tyrone, Wales, Lancaster, the Celts, Great Britain. Science output, England leads the way, then the Britons, Wales, Tyrone, and Great Britain. Culture output is led by Wales, then Scotland, England, the Britons, and Denmark. Wonders, Scotland with 5, Tyrone with 1, Brittany 1, and Lancaster 1. Treasury, not too much, although England had, not too important, but England has a ton of gold. What's next? Total faith, not too important. We'll look at the religions in just a sec. Great works, a few there. Trade routes, 2 for Norway and Brittany, they're leading the way, although Norway's I think are all internal trade routes, so worth noting. Tourism, just starting to kick in, but not really there yet. Religions, what do we have? We have 5 religions. We have Protestantism from Scotland in 2 cities, Hinduism from the Isles in 1, and Confucianism from the Celts, so most of the religion coming from the north of the map. Brittany have their own religion in the south, but they're obviously on their own separate island at the moment, so that will take some time. And the Mercians got up the only sort of central England religion, and that's they're nearly dead, so that it's not even that city's now Welsh, so we'll see if that spreads. Brittany did put down their settler eventually, so that's good news. But that's it for this episode, so be sure to leave your pick to win the game in the comments down below. I will be going with, I don't know actually. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? I do fancy Tyrone, but again, we don't want to pick the obvious choice necessarily, or maybe they're not so obvious. I want to go with an outsider kind of pick. Going to go with this England. I like this England. Let's see what they can do. They seem to be doing quite well. Wales is pretty tough. Actually, let's go Wales. I'm going to go Wales. They seem to be doing really, really well. But that will be it for today. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.